Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2026 Meet Your Future Creative Culture, Media and Sports session. We're here this morning to talk to you about the plethora of creative careers available to you across the Greater Manchester City region. For those of you that I've not met before, so I'm Jake, I'm part of the Education Work and Skills team here at GMCA. That's Greater Manchester Combined Authority. And for those of you that have joined before, you might be aware that Meet Your Future was launched in 2019 by Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Greater Manchester. And it's a program, and it's a series of virtual sessions that we put together to give young people like yourself the chance to meet real employers and to explore different career pathways. So we're going to be here today talking to you about the creative culture, media and sports sector in particular, and that builds on Greater Manchester's rich cultural heritage that we have. We've got a fantastic scene across Greater Manchester with leading music projects, with performances, with plays, TV, fashion, and who can forget as well Media City that we have as well. Um, some key careers that we've got across this gateway. So we're looking at graphic designers, journalists, sports scientists. But for some key information, so the average salary across the creative culture, media and sports sector is around £23,272. But just bear in mind, this is going to be likely lower when you're starting out, when you're in training, or if you're working part-time. There's around 30,000 people that work across the CCMS sector across Greater Manchester. And again, we've covered those key jobs that we have there already. In today's session, you'll be hearing from Tabby Gazelle, who's a fellow creative and a founder of Butterfly Future. Butterfly Future is a non-profit social enterprise dedicated to breaking down barriers through innovative uses of music, art, sports, and digital technology. I hope this session inspires you to help feel more confident when you're thinking about your future here in Greater Manchester. And yeah, absolutely. So Tabby, I'm going to hand over to you if that's okay. So Tabby, over to you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jake. All right, let's get started. So if we go to the next slide. So we've got Meet Your Future 2026 Creative Careers. Thank you, Jake. I'm Tabby Gazelle. And like you said, I'm the founder of Butterfly Future. Next slide. Creative careers, turning creativity into opportunity. So, what does that mean? For me, I'm a creative. I proudly call myself that title. It can mean so many things, which is a beautiful thing in itself. And just to let you know a bit about who I am and why I'm talking to you today, I'm Tabby Gazelle. I'm a recording artist, singer, songwriter, top liner, session vocalist, and founder of Butterfly Future. Some of those things you may not have heard of, but that's just to let you know that there's so many different roles that you can get just in music alone, just as a singer. Today, we're going to be talking about what is a creative career, pathways to get into creative careers, and what skills do I need to have for a successful creative career. Lots of exciting things to get into. So let's go to the next slide. So just wanted to give you some context about my journey and something that is just progressed over many years. So I've been doing, to be honest with you, I was born into music, born into a musical family, but professionally, I've been doing music for over 15 years, being paid for that and being hired to do the job. And it started from me, as you can see in the top left there, I'm the lady in the yellow dress. I did my music degree, I studied music, I had a passion for it. So I went and studied when I was living back in Australia. And I just had a great time exploring and learning about the voice and all that kind of thing. And I've gone on to tour. I've gone on to be a backing vocalist for major recording artists all around the world. I've been on TV shows. I've been on X Factor. I've been on All Together Now, which was the first season, which was filmed right here in Manchester at Media City. And I had a great time on that show, as you can see in the top right there. And I've also been with my own band, other bands. And in the bottom, I've released music as a recording artist. So you can see some singles. And on the far left, I've just released my debut album called Metamorphosis. So my career has just been progressing. And in the bottom right, as the founder of Butterfly Future, I find myself I get to be on the helm of creative programs and connecting the creative industries, being more of an educator role and support to the industry. So there's so many ways and pathways that you can grow as your career progresses. Next slide, please. What is a creative career? I think that's a great question. Next slide, please. A creative career is a job where you use imagination, ideas, talent, communication, storytelling, performance, design, and innovation to help people to express themselves, solve problems, entertain, educate, and inspire others. I think that those things are stuff that we do, a lot of us do every day and not even realize it. And sometimes you don't even know that you're doing things to get yourself ready to position yourself to be in a creative career. Like imagination, getting ideas together. How many times do you doodle something? How many times do you just come up with a story or entertain your friends and tell them exciting things, or do you just get in your shower and sing songs? And all of that is part of creativity, and that's where it can start. So you can turn any kind of imaginative idea into an actual career that people pay for and that people recognize in professional environments. So we go to the next slide, please. So examples of creative careers. You've got different categories. Creativity is very, very vast. I'll always say there's always new creative roles coming up every day. But to start with, you've got some things like music and performance, which could include singers, music producers, DJs, songwriters, session vocalists, performers. Like me, I said, I'm a recording artist, I'm a songwriter, top liner, session vocalist. A lot of that just depends on the role that my voice is used for. So sometimes it's live performance, times I'm recording in the studio. Sometimes I get asked to write the song maybe for other artists and I don't have to sing anything. Top lining, I might just have to come up with a melody and a couple of words, not always a full song. So it just depends on what the role requires. Your own thing can actually be used in many, many different ways, which is exciting. You've got media and content. So you could be a YouTuber, podcaster, video editor, content creator, photographer. You can be so many things. I think so much of what you consume, you recognize can be turned into a creative career that you can have yourself. So if you watch videos, if you watch TikTok videos, if you watch anything that's being created by somebody, that's a creative career. If you're watching YouTube, if you're gaming, even those things, it's creative. Someone's created the game. That's all creative careers that are being used to entertain you or to inspire you. So you can see some of the examples on the right there. All of these people are based in the north. These are people that are just like you, who've just started out and they've then turned their dreams and their imaginations into full-time careers, which is really exciting because you just need to start. Can we go to the next slide, please? Some more examples of creative careers: design and fashion. There's graphic designers. That's a lot of the stuff on computers and on devices. You can create anything from, animals, you can create pictures, you can create anything to do with graphics that is digital or yeah, using devices like that. There's fashion design. So any clothes that you're wearing, anything that you see, oh, I like the look of that. Somebody creative has designed that. You don't have to always be in the front. You don't always have to be on stage to be creative. You can be in the back enjoying yourself and using your imagination. You can be an animator, so any of the cartoons that you've watched in shows, in movies, in ads, that's a professional creative career. You can be a stylist. So if you see, for example, if you see music videos where people are wearing cool outfits, or if you look at the clothes that you wear, where you go and pick your clothes online or in a shop and you see an outfit that's put on a model, somebody has carefully designed that, and that's a role that can be paid. That's a stylist. So that's really exciting. There's so many things that you might think that, oh, I like that. You could turn that into a creative career. There's also community and education, which is really interesting. So you could be a youth arts facilitator or a creative mentor, a workshop leader, an arts project manager. What does that even mean? Basically, it's just using your creativeness and your knowledge of creativity to help others, to inspire others. Maybe you know how to do art and you go into a community group and you teach other people how to do art, or you know how to dance and you might be a dancer, but you really enjoy inspiring others. So you could go to the community, maybe you could go to a senior citizen's home, you could go to work with young people or those with special needs, and you can help them in that environment. That's where community and education lives, and you can go and thrive and have a career in that. As you can see, there's some pictures put here of fashion stylists. So the far left, that's a local designer. The models are wearing her clothes. She's there on the right. That's Ningrisa. She is a designer and she's brought her ideas to life. She just draws them, she gets them made, and there you can see it coming to life. And on the bottom that you have myself and my business partner from Butterfly Future. We've got different careers. I've started out in music and I now do workshops, I do events, I reach out and help my community, and I get to do talks like this to talk to you and hopefully get you excited about a creative career. Can we go to the next slide, please? So, pathways to get into creative careers. Next. Next slide. So, just want to reassure you that there is no one route that everyone has to take to get a creative career. That's the beauty of a creative career. You can start at any time. You can start the moment you're born. Like me, I started in a very unique way where my whole family was musical. So I was exposed to music through when I was born, and it was in the family, and I got a chance to grow through it that way. But that's a different story for everybody. And no matter where you start or get exposed to it, there's no right way to do it. So you don't have to feel like, oh, I didn't do it like so and so, therefore I don't have a chance. No, you can start at any moment and you can try as much as you want. So some examples of where the creative career can begin. So school clubs, performing arts groups, music lessons, dance classes, community programs, social media, online learning, volunteering, networking, self-teaching. Practice makes perfect. There's nothing like it. And you can practice in any way through all of these things. You can even get together with your friends. I always say, so many people I see making content like TikTok videos, Instagram videos, and they're just having fun. They have no idea. You have no idea that a lot of people are getting paid really good money to be able to create that because it's recognized as creativity. So don't think that you need to go to somewhere fancy to be able to start. You can start at your in your house. You can start practicing through videos. You can sing along to your favorite artists. You can write songs. You can write stories. You can be a poet, so you don't even have to write music. You can just write stories. You can put clothes together in a really interesting way. You can go to your closet and put things together, and that could be the beginning of your fashion career. So try anything. There's so many ways to start. If we go to the next slide, please. And how creative careers often begin. So for primary and secondary school age, trying new activities, try it all. If there's um, a music class, there's a choir, if you need to write songs, if you act in school plays, creating TikTok and other social media videos, drawing and designing, learn instruments, speak publicly. And the point of that all is that you might sound really bad when you start. I couldn't even sing a song in tune when I started. Genuinely, I really didn't sound good at all, and I wanted to sound like my sister. So I just copied her and I didn't sound like her. And I just practiced every day, every day, every day. And I would record myself and then I go to stages and perform and I'd sing along in different groups. And I practiced for years and years and years and years and years until my voice started to work for me. So, you might sound really nervous, or you might get people telling you, oh, you don't even sound good, or you don't even write good, you don't even look good. Keep going, keep practicing, be curious. You can join choirs. As you can see, it's the Trinity School Choir over here. You can try. And I would always say, even if you don't like something, keep going. Or if you really like it and you don't feel good and confident, keep going. You will be amazing. Can we go to the next slide, please? So, what skills do I need to have a successful creative career? This is really important because, as much as it's exciting and almost seems like a dream, with anything you do need to put in a lot of effort and take it seriously so you can have a successful creative career. Next slide, please. So, It's a mix of creative skills and life skills that you need to have a successful career. So by creative skills mean having the talent, and in that talent you have it, but being able to share that, and that is communication. So people can understand what you're about, people can understand what you're trying to tell them, what you're trying to express to them, the performance of your creativity in any form. So it might be through the music, through the painting, through the fashion, through the design. Making sure that that is at a high standard will help you last and have a successful career so that people know that it's something worth that they want to invest in and pay for. Storytelling, problem solving, and innovation. So it's about dreaming way outside the box. If it's something that you know or you experience that you don't think you see around, that can go really well for having a successful career because a lot of creative people have thought differently. A lot of them have found ways to express things, even if it's something that's been done before. Maybe it's a new art piece and they find, I don't know, you see artists now, they draw art upside down. That wasn't always the case before. They might draw upside down, and then the special moment is, they use that like music or whatever to create an exciting moment. And then by the end, you turn it over and you see that they've drawn a face and they've done it upside down. That's just an example of like innovation and the performance part. And they're telling the story by getting you involved and keeping you on the journey. So have fun, tell stories to your friends, tell stories to your families, write them down, and that's all part of developing a creative skill. And professional skills, it comes down to that confidence, being able to work in a team, discipline, consistency, adaptability, organization, and resilience. By confidence, it's by trying something again and again and again that you become confident. You don't have to be good at something, first of all, or second of all, to be confident. Some people that you see that are confident, they are still very nervous about what they do. However, they're so sure about what they do because they've practiced it so many times, so they know that they can perfect it every time. Teamwork is so important because there's really a time where you're going to be working alone in the creative sector. So say you've done your own part. So how are you going to get it out there? Who are you going to work with to become known, to promote what you do? So say for me as a recording artist, I might write the song, but I need a music producer to record my song. I need a graphic designer to design my artwork. I need a stylist to develop my outfits. I need a photographer to take my photo shoots. I need a makeup artist to do my face. I need a promoter to share my music. So there's so many things. So for me to be able to do what I do as Tabby Gazelle, the artist, I need a whole team and I need management and I need backing vocalists. I need a band. I need a whole team to make myself successful as a professional. So it's important that you know how to work with people. Discipline, sometimes it's not always fun to practice. Sometimes the results aren't always there, but know that if you just go again and try and don't give up, you will become amazing and your creative skills will grow and you will be asked to get into spaces that you've not always dreamed of. Me, by discipline and hard work and the consistency to my art, I've been able to travel all over the world and sing and perform in front of massive audiences, small audiences, and just have a great time sharing what I love. And adaptability, I've moved to different countries. I've worked in different jobs. By that, it's just being able to see that there's different times that you have to do things where you might have to get up early for one of the jobs. So can you adapt to that? For another thing, you might have to work a job that is different hours and different people every day. So that's something about adaptability. Can you change when someone says try this? You might be, a bit unaware of what's coming, but can you change quickly to your circumstance and look at your environment and be okay to change quickly? Because in the creative sector, a lot of stuff changes quickly. Organization, that's things like good time management. Can you show up to places on time? Can you, can you keep to what you said you were going to do. If you say that you're going to do a project in 2 weeks, can you finish it in 2 weeks? Like what you're doing with your assignments when you have exams, if you've got to study for something and you've got a due date, can you be ready? That's something that you're always going to need because in a lot of creative careers, you are doing the work for yourself. So you're going to have to need to motivate yourself to get the job done and the work done. So that's something. And resilience, it's not easy. There's a lot of hard work in the creative sector, but that resilience of no matter what, every day you're getting better. Every moment you're meeting new people, you're learning new experiences, you're trying something different, you're using your imagination, you're having a great time. Sometimes where you want to go for something, like if you're an actor and you go for a role and you don't get it, or you're a dancer and you don't get picked for a performance, or if you're a graphic designer and someone doesn't get want to use your design, there's a lot of experiences like that. However, you know that if you just hold on, you'll be able to sustain. So can we go to the next slide, please? So the importance of confidence and resilience. Not everyone is going to understand your vision. As a creative, a lot of the thinking that you have, people might not get it. So if you're wearing something and people are like, what are you wearing? As a fashion designer, you don't want to be like everybody else, or creating music, you don't want to sound like everybody else, or acting, you don't want to look like everybody else. So, never not everyone will understand. So just being like okay with being different and being yourself. The rejection part is quite true. So just understanding that we all go through that in the creative sector, but that with growth and practice and that confidence, it will build. And I also say that if you are patient, it took me so many years to get my voice right. And even on doing my professional jobs, I had to get given some feedback. And they told me sometimes I had to work on my voice even when I was getting paid to perform. And so I had to go back and practice. I had to get teachers, I had to get mentors, I had to learn from my peers. And then that gave me the courage, which I think is super important to show up every time. I don't always have the best performances. Sometimes I'm sick, sometimes I'm really tired, and that can affect my singing. But just having that courage to show up every time and give my best has helped me to maintain a creative career, which I think works across the board for everyone in a creative career. So those things, if you just have confidence, no one's going to know that you're nervous. No one's going to know that you may be confused and just on your way to working it out. But that's half of the job already done. Next slide, please. So things to remember. Your creativity matters. You don't have to have everything figured out yet. Keep practicing your skills. Stay curious, learn from others, try different experiences, believe in your ideas, and most of all, have fun. It's so fun to have a creative career. Next slide, please. And that's it from me. Thank you so much for listening. Get creative. I'm Tabby Gazelle. I'm a recording artist. Like I said, I've got a wonderful creative career and the founder of Butterfly Future. And out of my creative career, I've been able to go into something that helps the community. So I hope that's motivated you. There's so much talent here in Greater Manchester. So thank you for listening and all the best with your creativity.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that, Tabby. Thank you for sharing your journey, for your wealth of knowledge, your wealth of experience, and a massive shout out to yourself for that. Even bigger shout out as well for Butterfly Future. So if anybody else is watching this and you're interested in finding out more, I'll link the website into the end of this video for you as well, and any socials as well. They're doing some fantastic work across the city region at the moment, especially around confidence building, and supporting people with creative careers. So a massive shout out to Butterfly Future there. If you've loved hearing a little bit more today about the creative culture, media, and sports sector, and you'd like to find out some more and some more resources, I'm going to point you towards GMAX. So that's the Greater Manchester Apprenticeship and Career Service website. It's been designed to help you plan your future. In line with that as well, we have Beeline. So that's a digital tool that sits on the GMAX website, and it supports you in understanding what skills, what knowledge, and what behaviours. So everything that Tabby's just talked to us about there for creative culture, media, and sport, you can find this out for many different sectors as well. That's everything from me and for this session as well. So a massive thank you again, Tabby. Thank you, Butterfly Future.
Thank
And also
you.
thank you for the team producing this behind the scenes as well. I'm very keen for you to give us a quick follow on Instagram and YouTube as well. So that's at your GMAX on Instagram and then GMAX-GM on YouTube as well. You'll be able to find out you'll find the rest of the videos that we have from the remainder of this year, and everything that we've got planned for the future as well. But for now, that is everything from us, and have a lovely day. Thank you. Right, Tabby, that's all done. Let me just hit stop recording.
Mhm.
How was that for you? Is it okay?
Yeah, that was cool.